প্যান্ট পরে বসতে। I'll request Abhijit to start the meeting, to start the today's VCM. Abhijit, yes.
Good evening, everybody. I welcome Mr. Vivek Agarwal and also the participants here. So let us not waste time. It is already 7:05. So I hand over the microphone to Mr. Devan Patro.
Devan.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to everyone. Um, Dear professional colleagues, welcome to this second VCM of 8x2 CS Study Circle. I am really thankful to Abhijit sir for holding these kind of seminars. The institute has allowed us to hold seminars for free till 31st August, and we are taking the benefit of this provision and helping members to update themselves. And I'm also thankful to you all who have joined this program. I'll surely hand over the mic to Vivek Bhaiya, and I'm also very thankful to him for accepting my invitation to deliberate in front of you all. Before we proceed, I would request CA Shuman Chaudhary to kindly introduce CA Vivek Agarwal.
Yeah, I would welcome Vivek Agarwal, who is a eminent speaker, and he regularly speaks on various topics, on various study circles. Vivek is a partner of a reputed CA firm, and he's an experience of 10 years in auditing, and he does audit for the listed and many unlisted companies. He's a part of the special invitee of auditing and assurance board of ICI and a special invitee to Accounting Standard Board of ICI. He is currently the secretary of the ACA, and also he is a regular faculty speaker for the students as well as the CA members. I'll request Vivek to start his deliberation, and I'll wish him a success and also the study circle for the success of this VCM. Thank you, Vivek. I'll make you the host, Vivek.
Thank you, Abhijit Da. Thank you, Devan. Thank you, Sumanda, for giving me this opportunity at 8x2 CS Study Circle. Friends, first of all, thanks to you all for joining for this session. क्योंकि अपना ना थाकले सेशन ही होतो ना तो आमा की काज. And Devan has been like a younger brother to me, and he has been always there for such session. And I was also welcome Miss Piali Basu. She was my faculty in DISA class way back 7 years, I think 2011 or 2012. Thank you, ma'am. And friends, we all have gathered today to discuss about audit report. কিন্তু একটা জিনিস বলতে চাইছি যে অডিট রিপোর্ট যে আছে আমরা এক সপ্তাহ কাজ করি 3 দিন 2 দিন কাজ করি একটা ছোট অ্যাসাইনমেন্টে বা বড় অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট থাকলে এক মাস তো কাজ করি কিন্তু যে অডিট রিপোর্টটা আছে সেই অডিট রিপোর্টে আমরা মিনিমাম টাইমটা দিই কিন্তু আমাদেরকে অডিট রিপোর্টে আর টাইম দেওয়া উচিত কেন কি অডিট রিপোর্ট যেটা আছে that is the only final product which is going to the public at large. Audit report is the only final product which is going to the public at large, and আমরা সবচেয়ে কম টাইম ওখানে দিই কিন্তু এটা উচিত না আমরা অ্যাকাউন্টসটা বানাচ্ছি ব্যালেন্স শিটটা বানাচ্ছি ক্লায়েন্টকে হেল্প করছি ঠিক আছে কিন্তু আমাদেরকে নিজেকে সেফগার্ড করা উচিত we should safeguard ourselves and we should safeguard our skin by doing a proper documentation for whatever audit we do. And we should spend some time to see that our audit report, whether it's SS 700 report or a CARO report or a IFC report, the report which we are making is correct It is just not a copy paste done by my article or by my staff, but we spend some time going through the report. হতে পারে এই বছর কিছু নতুন এসেছে, লাস্ট ইয়ার আমরা শুধু কি কি মানে যারা তো কি করি যে একটা অডিট রিপোর্ট লাস্ট ইয়ার যেটা ছিল সেটা কপি পেস্ট একটা করে দিলাম, আমরা বলছি মানে ইনক্লুডিং মি, আই ইউজ টু ডু দ্য সেম থিং। And now it's high time we start dedicating some time to audit report. So friends, start with a small presentation which I have prepared, and I hope to justify the time given to me and not spoil your evening. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Thank you.
Yes, visible.
So we start with the line which I keep on saying: the more you learn that you still have lot to learn. We have many senior professionals in this study circle, and most of them have joined us today. And it's a fact, যেরকম দিন প্রতিদিন জিনিসটা হচ্ছে, যেরকম নতুন নতুন অ্যাক্টটা আসছে, ওয়েদার জিএসটি হোক বা ডাইরেক্ট ট্যাক্সের যে চেঞ্জেস গুলো হোক, সিটিজেন চার্টার হোক, যেরকম আমরা জুম এখন শিখছি। আমি দেখছিলাম অভিজিৎ দাকে সুমন দা গাইড করছিলেন হাউ টু জয়েন এন্ড হাউ টু অ্যাকসেপ্ট দি অডিও। We all are learning, and this COVID-19 has taught us many things. They have taught us how to do work from home. They have taught us to stay at home. I think most of the chartered accountant friends would have stayed at home. And আমি জানি এখন আমরা 3 মাস ছুটি নিয়ে সিএ ফাইল করতে, আগে সেটাও পেতাম না। 3 বছর 2 বছরের কোর্স ছিল, সেটাও 3 মাস পেতাম না। And now we are forcefully staying at home and trying to do work from home. I would say trying to do, because আমাদের ক্লায়েন্ট গুলো যা আছে তাদের সার্ভার নেই, ট্যালি ব্যাকআপ নেই, কিছু নেই, কিন্তু কাজটা করতে হবে। So it is a challenging time, and the more you learn that still you have lot to learn. আমার আজকে এজেন্ডা গুলো কি থাকবে, একটু ইন্ট্রোডাকশন দিব, বেসিক বলবো ডকুমেন্টেশন কি করা, কি ভাবে করব আমরা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড অডিট কে নিয়ে, আর অডিট রিপোর্ট ফরম্যাটটা একটু ডিসকাস করব। We would accept that this is the phase of transition of audit profession. Why, Vivek, why you say this is a phase of transition of audit profession? Because आगे की होतो, just it's a discussion with my seniors. Most of you are very senior to me. Your experience is more than my age. আমি বলবো যে অডিট প্রফেশন কি ছিল আগে। আগে আমরা যেতাম, স্যার আপনার অ্যাকাউন্টসে কাজ করে নিব, স্যার আপনার ট্যাক্সে কাজ করে নিব, কিন্তু আমরা অডিট নিতাম, অডিট নিয়ে তার ট্যাক্স অ্যাকাউন্ট সব কাজ করতাম, অ্যাসেসমেন্ট করতাম, সব কিছু কাজ পেয়ে যেতাম। But now audit has become a specialized job. Earlier audit was to get the other work. We used to do audit, and we were service tax consultant, we were excise consultant, we were income tax consultant, but we never knew there is something called audit consultant also, accounts consultant for that matter, or audit professional or audit specialized person. Now audit is a specialized job. Cano, thanks to Companies Act 2013. Why, Vivek, why you are speaking about Companies Act 2013? Companies Act 2013 has done something drastic. Earlier we used to say that আমাদেরকে অডিট প্রফেশন করার আছে, ইনস্টিটিউট আগে SAP, not the SAP সফটওয়্যার, স্ট্যান্ডার্ড অডিট প্র্যাকটিস দিত, তার আগে AAS অডিটিং অ্যাসুরেন্স স্ট্যান্ডার্ডস দিত, এখন যাকে আমরা জানি স্ট্যান্ডার্ডস অন অডিট বলে। That AAS or SAP was never compulsory to be followed, it was recommendatory. But thanks to section 143 of Companies Act, now it is compulsory. And you know what is the negative side? Most of us are giving audit report, and we write over there that we have given this audit report as per standards on audit. We have given this audit report as per standards on audit, and we don't have the basic documentation in regard to standards on audit. We don't have the basic working papers. তো আমরা যদি কিছু বলি যে আমরা এটা করছি, আর তার কাগজগুলো না থাকলে, এখন আমাদের যে ফরেনসিক ওয়ার্ল্ড হয়ে গেছে, আমরা প্রুফ করতে পারবো না। We will not be able to prove that we have actually done the audit as per standards audit, and we are giving in that in our report. So will it not be willful default? I think yes. Section 447 of the Companies Act will come over here. That's my perception. I may be wrong, but আমরা বলছি যে অডিট স্ট্যান্ডার্ডস এর হিসাবে আমাদেরকে ডকুমেন্টেশন কিছু করা উচিত। There should be something than nothing. If I have got something, then I can fight till the net, till the nail that this was there. I understood this. এর থেকে কি ভালো হতে পারে আপনি আমাকে বলুন আমি করে দিব but if I have got nothing then there will be no one to safeguard me. I am not trying to start with I am a God fearing person but I am not trying to start with making you afraid যে audit profession এ এত ভয়. Thing is আমরা যে কাজ করছি আর যে টাকা পাচ্ছি সেটা ব্যালেন্সটা নেই. আমরা 5,000 10,000 টাকা পাই অডিট করার, ওর মধ্যে ডকুমেন্টেশন কি করব, অডিট কি করব, অ্যাকাউন্টস কি বানাবো, বাট সরি টু সে উই হ্যাভ টু ডু ইট. অডিটিং এর হিস্ট্রি কি আছে? when did audit start? Audit started way back during the time of Birbal. Kautilya, better known as Chanakya, first introduced the concept of auditing in his book Earth Niti. Birbal was a great auditor for Emperor Akbar, gave him facts and solutions on several complex methods with desired evidence. So, if you have any question, just write in the chat. I'll take all the questions and I'll try to clarify most of the questions if, with the given time span. So, this was the beginning of audit. কি বই করছো আমাদেরকে বিকালে এইসব কটালিয়া বিরবল এইসব চাণক্যের গুলো বোঝাচ্ছো না? বোঝাবো না আগে। এখন কোভিড-19 এ অডিটিং অ্যাসুরেন্স স্ট্যান্ডার্ড বোর্ডটা অনেক কিছু মেটেরিয়াল আমাদেরকে দিয়েছে। এইসব মেটেরিয়াল গুলো ইস্যু হয়েছিল, আমার স্ক্রিনে দেখবেন প্রথম মার্চ মাসে একটা ডকুমেন্ট এসেছিল যার মধ্যে অ্যাকাউন্টিং স্ট্যান্ডার্ড বোর্ড এন্ড অডিটিং স্ট্যান্ডার্ড বোর্ড জয়েন্টলি একটা ডকুমেন্ট দিয়েছিল আর বলা হয়েছিল কি ইম্প্যাক্ট কি হবে কোভিড-19 এ অডিটে আর অ্যাকাউন্টসে দুটোই, যার মধ্যে they had talked about going concern, they had talked about inventory valuation, inventory physical, they had talked about impairment. Thereafter they had issued a document going concern key consideration for auditor amid COVID-19 because most of the mid-sized firm had a cash crunch and whether it would affect the going concern, it would not affect the going concern. There was detailed deliberation on that. Then there was a document about physical inventory verification. In that document, it mostly talked about rollback, rollover. Ki hoy? Suppose on 31st of March, I was not able to take the physical. আমরা 31 মার্চে ফিজিক্যাল নিতে পারলাম না, যখন লকডাউনটা খুলে গেল এখন জুন মাস বা জুলাই মাসে আমি ফিজিক্যাল নিলাম and I will go back মার্চ মাস থেকে এখন অবধি আমার বুকসে কি এন্ট্রি আসলো কি আসলো না, and I'll try to go back and correct my stock verification. So this document has talked in detail about the same. Then there was about audit reporting. Then there was about audit reporting. One second.
আমি ভিডিও দিয়েই দেখা হবে। বসো বন্ধু বসো। All just hours.
সুমনদা একটু ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে নয়েজ হচ্ছে, একটু মিউট করে দিলে ভালো থাকতো। Thereafter there was about audit reporting, key audit consideration. Again there was various questions which was discussed in this document and subsequent events. Our friend Devayan Patra had shared all these links with most of the WhatsApp group. If required, he will share again. So now we'll talk about audit and auditor's reporting requirements. Friends, if you can write on the chat, this is a question answer. If you can write on the chat.
Vivek, mute yourself. Vivek, unmute yourself.
What are the reporting requirements which are required to be given by the auditor? What are the things which an auditor has to give in the report? Please write on chat. Friends, you all cannot just listen to me and start the audio and take the CPRs. You have to give answers also. What are the things which has to be given in the audit report, or what are the areas which has to be given in the audit report? Please type in the chat. No one? Opinion? Opinion, ICOFR, correct? Yes, we have to give an opinion. We have to give an opinion whether books of accounts are perfect or not. About gap, Caro. Yes, that's correct. So, if we see, these are the things to be reported. Specific matters to be inquired, section 143 asks for the specific matters. We have to reply to about that. Then there are various other questions like matters required to be stated in auditor's report, SS 700. Then they are reporting on frauds, section 143, 12, 13 and 15. Fraud reporting we have to do. Then reporting on CARO, very important. Friends, just be careful. This year still the old CARO is applicable. From next year there is a new CARO 2020. It's like a CARO cricket match. Then reporting on IFC. Yes, key audit matters are also required, Nirmal sir. And those are again coming under standards and audit requirements. Reporting on IFC or ICFR. What is IFC? Or what is internal financial control? This is mostly required by the listed company or big companies, not for a small company. For big companies or listed company, which I would say, Companies Act has cast this responsibility on the auditor as per section 143 to report about the effectiveness of IFC. The directors are required to ensure adequacy and operating effectiveness of IFC. Auditor has to comment on the adequacy and operating effectiveness of IFC. The audit committee of the listed company has to evaluate about the IFC and satisfy themselves. The independent director are required to satisfy themselves on robustness. My IFC has to be there and it has to be effective. I'll just give a small example. Why you are talking about this, Vivek? Because many a time we just see IFC, we give a report, but we basically have the limited knowledge about ICFR or IFC, which we say internal control for financial reporting, ICFR. What is ICFR? ICFR is like whether the coals in a company, say in a steel company, coal has come, whether the coal has been accounted accurately. That is internal control in regard to financial reporting. Operational control kya hua? What is operational control? Weighbridge are calibrated to ensure correct recording. There is a proper calibration of the weighbridge. Fraud prevention. Can we record a receipt without physical receipt? We have not received the goods, we have not received coal. Can we record it? So that's fraud prevention. Vivek, IFC ka example. Sales reporting, revenue recognition, correct disclosures. This all are part of ICFR, internal control with regard to financial reporting. जो हम लोग करते हैं, the thing which we do. Whether dealers are correctly selected as per approved guidelines, that's an operational control as per SOP or as per internal controls of the company relating to operation. What is fraud prevention? Access of the control rights, pricing, discount, incentives. All these are fraud prevention. So, mind you friends, we have to see the internal control in regard to financial reporting. Those controls which affect my financial reporting, that's like receipt of coal, sales reporting, revenue recognition, proper booking of expense. Friends, as I started with, audit not documented is audit not done. And it's a fact of life. If I'm not able to prove something, how will I, if I'm doing audit, I'm not able to prove. How can I prove? I can only prove by showing the documentation. If I'm not able to prove to say Mr. X or Mr. Y, say tomorrow something happens in court of law, how will I prove? Vivek, why is this important? Vivek, why is this important? This is important because there are standards in audit. Can anyone tell me how many standards are there in audit? See, I will not let you to go off sleep and take a evening tea and enjoy your samosas and chais. So friends, how many standards are there? Quick question. 28 standards are there in audit. Partha sir says 28 standards, okay. Anyone else? Wild guess? We are talking about audit standards. 38 from Sagar sir. Anyone else? Wild guess? There are standards, there are SQC and there are SRE. Taking all into account, there are 45 including SRE. Vivek, 45 standards including SRE? Yes. And we have to have a basic document about these standards. When we are doing audit and when I have to prove in court of law or when I have to prove, say, to QRB or NFRA, QRB, Quality Review Board, NFRA, NEFRA, sob samay amra kotha kori NEFRA, we do speak about NEFRA. What will happen if I don't have documentation? Being in the audit profession, I have this, now negative names come in my mind or my nights because of reading newspapers. ILFS crisis, CA Institute holds statutory auditors prima facie guilty. এখন তো NEFRA guilty বলে দিচ্ছে. NEFRA has also said guilty. Satyam accounts. CA Institute divars to audit managers. Fraudulent acts. Audit firm will now have to pay for their partnership. Government demand for bar. IFN auditors. Deloitte BSR ban may leave big gap in auditing books. Probe alleges 22 audit violation by Deloitte. This 22 audit violation by Deloitte KPMG arm in ILFS unit is nothing but only about documentation in regard to standards and audit. If I have done my audit as per standards and audit, if anything goes wrong and my documentation are perfect, no one can point a finger on me because I am required to do audit as per standards and audit. There was always a question about bloodhounds, watchdog. This standards and audit is only a thin line between the watchdog and bloodhounds. Aiding organized crime. India alleges 22 audit violation by Deloitte KPMG arm in fraud case. So friends, I'm not making you afraid, or I'm not trying to say that leave audit profession. I'm saying we have to be in audit profession, but with some responsibility in regard to standards and audit, some documentation in regard to standards and audit. And this was an important part before I start deliberation on audit report, because whenever we say audit report, it's not about that SS700 report along with IFC report or CARO report. It's also about the documentation in regard to other standards which are there. IFC has come now, but in regard to IFC, there was always a requirement of risk control metrics in SA 315. We say, many times my friends say that, Vivek, I have not seen all the documents, I have seen the material documents. Okay, sir, very good. But how have we defined materiality? Have we documented the definition of materiality as per the requirement of the standards? We say that nowadays we are the auditor of a subsidiary and the main auditors of the parent company are asking to me for the working papers of the subsidiary auditors. They cannot ask. They can only ask you the process, how you have done the audit. They can send their questions, we can reply to the answers, but we cannot give the working papers if they ask. We have to fight for them. But how do I know what is my right? How do I know what is my liability? How do I know that what I am required to do? Everything is there in standards and audit. A very important aspect of audit which we follow, analytical review, AR. Most of my senior professional colleagues over here, they do AR. What they do last year, what was the figure? This year, what is the figure? What was the difference amount? And what is the reason for the difference? That we check, but we don't document. If we do a 2-page document for that, then we will be able to prove. Then we'll be able to prove that this is done properly. So friends, it's a humble request. It's a humble request that we follow the requirements of audit. And we have some documentation, 45 standards, 45-page documentation for small audits also, so that we are able to safeguard our skin whenever there is a problem. Because in Hindi we say, "Bura din bol ke nahi aata." Kalyanji, yes, in bank Konkan audit, everything is in bank system. We are not getting the documents. We have to ask for the document. Tell them that we require at least the scan copy or the workings which we have done, or make a summary of the working. What are the things we have checked? And you have to ask for them. They will resist, but we have to be stubborn that this is required. This we have to take. Make a synopsis. Like I'll give you a small example. If suppose tomorrow I go for audit of a company which is working in Tally, we do a ledger scrutiny in Tally, okay? But instead of doing ledger scrutiny or vouching, we just take a dump of trial balance. In trial balance, we write against every ledger what are the problems in the ledger, what are the major expense in the ledger, what are the important aspects in that ledger. Tomorrow, if someone comes to say that I have done this audit, okay, we will show me ledger scrutiny papers. If I show that Excel sheet and against each ledger there is some comment, maybe some I have missed, but some comments are there. If I have that document, can anyone question my audit? Quality of audit is a second aspect. But anyone can say कि मैंने audit नहीं किया. Can anyone say that I have not done audit? Instead of that, suppose I send my article, please go and do an audit of this client, do vouching. Earlier we used to do vouching, so we used to give this tick mark against all the vouchers. But now if I say to do vouching, what will happen? They will go, they will see, they will come back. Sir, vouching ho gaya. Please prove that the vouching has been done. What is TOC, TOD? Test of detail, test of controls. Ask them just to take a dump of the ledger or take a dump of the cash book or bank book. Against each cash book or day book, right over there, whether supportings were there, whether TDS is required to be deducted, whether GST input has been taken properly, whether proper approval was there. If I write these basic things, tomorrow that article who comes back, he can say without doing anything that audit has been done properly. And we also have this document to check and then later to safeguard ourselves in the court of law. So friends, humble request, do your documentation properly. So there were some changes 2 years back in audit report. What was the changes and why those changes had come in? There was something called SA 720 which was revised. The auditor responsibility relating to other information we'll discuss in detail. Then reporting standards SA 700, 705, 706. Then SA 701, key audit matters, SCAM. And a small but important SA 570, which was revised drastically. Why these changes was required? Friends, in Western countries, they started saying that if I have 100 audit reports and I go through all the 100 audit reports, this audit report doesn't give me any important aspect or any insight about the company. They all are same. The new auditor's report format is a culmination of years of discussion between the auditing profession and powerful global stakeholders. What were the stakeholders were asking? They were asking why auditors don't share more about the audit. Why they don't say about important aspects which they have seen in audit. Why they don't say what they have did. Why none of that is transparent. So how this was answered? Why auditors don't share more about the audit? Now see, in the new audit report, there is detailed auditor's responsibility paragraph. They say over there that I have followed all the standards, I have checked material items, I have gone through all the internal financial controls which are there, whether those are working properly or not. So it's more detailed. The responsibility of the auditors are defined in detail. So we are also seeing what steps we have taken or what work we have done. So earlier, prior to this change, auditor report was nothing but a pass or fail report, like we used to get in our times in school. Why? You only said that this report is a qualified report, this is an adverse report, this is a clean report. Nothing more than that, nothing less than that. So these changes were brought keeping all this in mind. SA 720, other information. This other information is what I have seen in my tax audit reports also. In our tax audit report, we give whether there was an excise audit done against the client, what was the qualification in those excise audits earlier. Similarly, in this other information, we have to say that there is a books of accounts. Books of accounts means balance sheet, PL, cash flow, notes and accounts, all accounting policies. So apart from this books of accounts, there are other information like director's report. In those director report, in those detailed discussion about the company, the directors use some figures from balance sheet. What are the figures? Like they say that the sale has increased by 10%. They say, like Reliance says that Jio sales has gone up. ITC says that my tobacco sales has gone up, my FMCG is improving. There has been contribution increase in the tobacco sales. There has been contribution decrease in FMCG because of the increase in the advertising cost. All these figures are taken from nowhere else but from the audited accounts or from books of accounts. So the auditor has to say that this other information which has been given, all this other information are correct. We have read this other information and all are as per books of accounts. But Vivek, when we are signing this balance sheet, this other information is not read in most of the cases. Balance sheet we are signing most of the time, taking out the UDIN after 15 days, leave about other information. So what to do? What happens? We have copied and pasted this provision from the standards which are available internationally. So there are one more option. The option says that if you don't get this other information, you take a representation from the management that whenever this other information is ready, they will give you, and you will check that those other information are in line with the requirement, with all the figures which are there in books of accounts. So now we report that the other information were not ready at the balance sheet time, but it will be provided to us after the balance sheet date, and whenever it is provided, we will check properly, and we don't have to give an opinion कि qualified है कि नहीं है. We only have to say that we have read this other information and those are in line with books of accounts. More like a certificate. But friends, this casts an additional liability, or it increases our work, because in many big companies, other information runs into 100 pages. They give comparison with peers, they give 10 years figures, 10 years, what is the rise in EBITDA, what is the rise in profit, what is the rise in sales. So this becomes a cumbersome job in major most of the big companies, and it gives an added responsibility to the auditor. And most of the time when we are copying and pasting the report from some listed company or big companies, we forget that in those cases the other information is given on the balance sheet date, but in our clients' cases other information is not available. So please refer the standard. The standard has given you an example saying that the other information has not been made available to us on the board meeting date or the balance sheet date. So how we have to report over there? CAM, key audit matters. We have to communicate key audit matters in the auditor's report. Vivek, what is CAM? First of all, CAM has to be given compulsorily in all listed companies. Other than listed companies, in big companies, the auditor has an option whether they want to give a CAM, they don't want to give a CAM. Earlier, as we discussed, that the stakeholders were saying that the auditor report is nothing but pass and fail. Now CAM is more than that. They're saying that during the audit, what was the key matters, important areas which you had checked? Suppose there were 10 items. In those 10 items, what was the most important area which you felt was important? Means most important area affecting the company. Vivek, give me an example, because you know we keep on saying कि विवेक CAM क्या लिखे, or what CAM we have to give in the report. Then CAM has to be company specific. It cannot be copied and pasted from other companies. Key audit matter is company specific. So if we have not done the audit properly, we cannot give a CAM report. So CAM देने के लिए भी audit करना पड़ेगा. To give a CAM, we have to do audit properly. Then in CAM, suppose I am doing an audit of Big Bazaar, Future Group. I will say in CAM that in the current year, 116, Ind AS 116 was implemented, due to which the profit or loss has increased and decreased as per the transition provision, and detailed working was done for same. This is the observation. What is the reporting? What procedures we had followed to make sure that this standards was implemented properly and all the accounting entries was passed properly. So 701 says key audit matters. Key audit matters is revenue recognition or expense recognition or fixed asset depreciation or accounting of the investment. In most of the NBFC company there is loan, accounting of the loan and investment interest calculation. So these are the key audit matters. In an NBFC company, say I will say about in a bank I will say about loan book, about interest calculation. So interest calculation is a key audit matter, and I would say over there that all the interest calculation was checked properly and all the NPAs were ascertained as per the RBI requirements. So what is a key audit matter, and as an auditor what procedures we followed to make sure that this key audit matter was addressed properly in my audit procedure. Now friends, as I said, can this be common to most all the companies? No, it depends how many fixed assets is there, what is the revenue, what is the important aspect, what was the changes from last year. All this has to be seen. So what CAM did, it increased transparency, it increased the attention of the disclosures, renew auditor focus, and it enhanced the value of the audit reports. Users engage with TCWG and management, increase faith of stakeholders. Vivek, why all this? As I said earlier, auditor report was nothing but pass and fail. Now audit report has a value because it has a CAM, key audit matter. Audit report has a value because this CAM or key audit matters has to be discussed with the management and proper minutes has to be made. TCWG, those charged with governance, many professionally run companies like Tata and Sons. In many companies, Ratan Tata ji is not there in the company. So in those companies, it's professionally run companies. So those charged with governance, those charged with day-to-day working, audit committees and all, we have discussed all these key audit matters with the audit committee. Increase attention on disclosures, all the disclosures are made properly in key audit matters. Renew auditor focus, auditor has to be more focused. They have to make sure that 2-3 CAM निकालना है हमको जो report में देना है. They have to make sure that 2 or 3 CAMs are there, which has to be reported. So these were the reasons why CAM was there. So how to ascertain CAM? First, I will check matters communicated with those charged with governance. Matlab, there is a standard, those charged with governance, 260, 265. I'll go and see what are the areas I have discussed with the TCWG, or in a small company, I would say with management or board of directors or with the promoter. Thereafter, matters that require significant auditor attention. SA 315, risk control metrics, what are the internal financial controls, what are the matters which are requiring significant auditor attention. Thereafter, matters that were of most significant in the audit of the current period, means filter approach. How we filter the tea in the morning. We had the say 10 items in step 1, it got to 5 items in step 2, then it got to 3 items in step 3. Out of this 3 items, what are the things I have to report? This is the process of identifying CAM. As I said, it's called the funnel approach. How we filter our tea in the morning. Example, please read this. I have given an example of key audit matters, and I have taken an example which is not found in most of the balance sheet. Please go through this. Till now, sorry. If any question, kindly ask in the chat box. If you have read, kindly inform me so that I can move forward. You can write in the chat box. So let's go to the next slide. Till now, we were discussing about the additional matters which are to be disclosed in regard to SA 720 and SA 701. Now we'll talk about changes in reporting standards. These are SA 700, 705, 706. Please see this slide properly. What has happened? Earlier we had over here title. This is him addressing. This is him. Then we have introductory paragraph. Then we had management responsibility, auditor responsibility, basis for modified opinion paragraph, if any, then opinion paragraph. So people said over here when I started reading title, address, introduction paragraph, I had got full energy. But till the time I reached to opinion paragraph, my energy had gone. So I was not able to understand the audit report. They said, okay, no issue, no problem. I'll take this opinion paragraph to the third paragraph, or it is actually the first paragraph after the addressing. What happens? When I see, first thing I want to see whether it's a qualified report, it's a clean report, it's an adverse report, or there is no opinion given by the auditor. Once I've seen the opinion, what is the basis for the opinion? Means I say that it's a qualified report. So why this report is qualified? What is the basis? Going concern paragraph, this new standard SA 570, I will discuss in the later slides. It's a new standard going concern paragraph. It has to be given in all the balance sheets. Then CAM, key audit matters. Just see, all these are no GAN, these are actual reporting. All these GANs are taken back. Why? Because people want to read only this paragraph, still other information. Basis of opinion paragraph, going concern paragraph, key audit matters, other information. Management responsibility paragraph. Now it comes about all the GAN, all the detail. What is the responsibility of the management? What is the responsibility of the auditor? Emphasis of matter paragraph. When we are in this COVID-19 scenario, we have to give the emphasis of matter paragraph. The important paragraph. Other reporting responsibility and signature. So friends, please take a note of this. This will be more clear when I show you some example of the audit reports. We are discussing about going concern. What is going concern? Going concern is that in the near future, the company will stay as a going concern. So Vivek, when can there be a doubt about the going concern? COVID-19, there can be a doubt on going concern. The MD of the company dies, CCD, there can be a doubt on going concern. I am in the business of selling alcohol and my major market is Bihar. And alcohol gets banned in Bihar. There can be a going concern. My sale, my geographical location for sale or my focus market, my product gets banned. I am Nestle. Maggi got banned throughout India. There can be an issue in going concern. Maggi gives a good amount of revenue to Nestle in India. I have got a senior employee who left my company, disgruntled employee. It can be a going concern. My current liability exceeds my current asset. There is a cash flow crunch. There is negative net worth. Maybe, may not be a going concern issue. We have to ascertain. Please remember that all the directors are required to check going concern and disclose about going concern in the director's report. And if a director has reported about going concern, then you ask the management also to give a note about same in the balance sheet. If the management has given a note about going concern in the balance sheet and has given proper justification how they will come out of this going concern issue, then you will only give this paragraph and say that you are satisfied with the management reply and you don't have any other issue. But when you tell a management to give this paragraph, they don't give it. They don't give it. Then you will give this paragraph and in detail you will explain that the management doesn't think it's a going concern issue, but as per you there is a going concern issue, and you will give a proper disclosure about it in the auditor's report. Matlab, in all the cases we have to give this paragraph. In all the cases we have to give this paragraph. But when you are happy with the reply, all the cases means when there are going concern issue. When there is no going concern issue, okay. When there are going concern issue and management has taken proper steps, then it will come in the notes on accounts and you will refer, giving a going concern paragraph in the balance sheet phase and refer to that note. But if you have asked management to give a going concern paragraph, management has not given that paragraph, then you will say that there is a going concern issue and there has not been proper reply or justification given by the management to you. Vivek, what is the impact of this? In whichever company I have given this paragraph, the banker has called me. So आप तो बोल दिए going concern का issue हम loan कैसे देंगे? So where the company has given a note, I have given a clean report. कैसा note आता है? They would say that the current liabilities has exceeded the current asset and the net worth of the company has gone negative, but the promoter of the company has given comfort letter to the company that whenever there is a requirement of the fund, they will infuse fresh capital or give a loan to the company. Promoter of the company has given a comfort letter that whenever money is required, they will give the money to the company and they will fund the company. There is some comfort. There are good amount of losses, therefore the net worth is negative. They give a note that the current liability has exceeded current asset. There is the negative net worth, but company has sufficient asset at its disposal. Whenever those are sold, there will be good amount of profit coming in the company. Like company has some land, company had purchased the land in say Park State at 2 lakh rupees, current valuation is 20 crore. So that fair valuation and the net worth is there. So negative net worth of 2 lakh in the balance sheet is incorrect. They have an asset which they can sell and this going concern issue is not there. So these are the examples, but the problem is we are afraid of giving a going concern paragraph because of the banking requirement of the company. But we have to fight for this because say I have not given a going concern note, I have not given a key audit matters, and tomorrow the company goes in IBC. Why will the company go in IBC? Because there is a cash crunch, there is a going concern issue. Then if a notice comes to the auditor will not be able to safeguard itself. Therefore, this paragraph of a going concern is an important paragraph as per me. Please read this. This is the emphasis of matter paragraph due to COVID-19 which we have given in most of the balance sheets. What happens? The auditor gives the company gives a note about COVID-19. Listed company has to give a note as per SEBI requirement. Other companies, we are also saying, please give a note about COVID-19. What is the impact? And actually, no one is able to ascertain the impact because as of the balance sheet signing date, COVID-19 is still there. We never know whether it will go for 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So the companies are giving a report, giving a note. So I am giving over there this emphasis of matter paragraph in most of my companies or in all the companies, I would say. we draw attention to note number so much of the financial statement regarding the impact of COVID-19 on the financial statements. The company has considered the possible effect that may result from the pandemic relating to COVID-19. In developing the assumptions relating to the possible future uncertainties in the global economic conditions because of this pandemic, the company, as at the date of the approval of this financial statement, has used internal and external sources of information, including credit reports and related information and economic forecast. The impact of the COVID-19 on the company's financial statement may differ from that estimated as on the date of approval of this financial statement, and the company will continue to closely monitor any material change to future economic conditions. Our opinion is not modified in respect of this matter. So friends, any question till now? I'll take some questions and then I'll go through the audit report formats. I'll show you some formats of the audit report. Any question, please write in the chat box. Any question, any small, big, whatever question comes to your mind, please write in the chat box. If there is no question, means either I am a big failure, not able to explain, or I have been too successful to explain everything. Don't give me a pass and fail report. Yes, ma'am, you can write about insurance company also. Question regarding COVID. Yes, we can do a physical verification as per video recording. We can suppose out of 5 team members, 1 team member is present over there. He can do a video recording, or he can do a Zoom meeting like this, and you can do physical verification on the basis of this Zoom meeting. But still, I would personally refrain from giving a stock audit report in this scenario. Any other question? Any other question? This note should come in the financial year 2021 as well as in 1920 also. I have given this note in all the balance sheets of 1920. Yes, sir, expected credit loss for COVID-19 has to be disclosed in all the India's balance sheets. Mr. Deepak Kumarji, you are absolutely correct. How can one appreciate the impact of COVID on going concern assumptions? How can one review the going concern assumption on this balance sheet? There's a detailed guideline by the Institute for same. There is no one for all method. We only have to see that whether we are able to whether the company will be able to surpass this pandemic, whether company has taken sufficient steps, whether company has taken sufficient steps to overcome this COVID-19, whether they are doing a deferment of salary, whether they are holding cash, whether they are pushing for cash collection, whether they are giving they are following all the measures, or they are being proprietary in giving payments to vendors. They are holding some payments for vendors. The guideline for the guideline for going concern, there is a in the first slide I have shown what are the various papers issued by Institute in this COVID-19 about AASB, and the link of same has been shared by Debayan in the chat box. There's a compendium of auditing guidance issued by AC by Auditing and Assurance Standard Board on various aspects of amid COVID-19. So you can find those papers over there. I'll just share over here also. 1 second. I have shared the file in the chat box for everyone. The compendium on COVID-19 SSB paper. So it is going, it's a 12.06 MB file. 2 MB has gone, it is going. In the meantime, friends, let's take a questions first, then I'll go to the, I'll take questions first, then I'll go to the next section on my deliberation. Anyone have any question? Anyone having any question, they can unmute yourself and ask the question also. I request the host to unmute those persons for question and requesting host to mute the people who are not asking the question.
Vivek, it is better to, if they put their hands up, then it will be easy for identifying who is going to ask the
yes,
question.
Nimal ji has a question. Kindly unmute him.
Nimal, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. I just want the other information, like as the board of directors report. How do I report whether this is as per the accounts, financial statement? How do I report in our audit report?
I'll show you an example. My next section has all the examples. We were only talking theory till now. My next section will have an example. I'll show you how to report it.
Okay.
Any other question?
Anyone have any questions?
And the matters relating to this COVID-19, if regarding this going concern, how do you report it actually?
In this going concern, what happened in any going concern paragraph, the management has to give a note in the financial statement. They have to give a detailed note at the back of the financial statement. What is the impact of COVID-19 on the management, on the company? So if they say that there is no impact.
Okay, but I have to take this management representation.
The management representation is there. The management representation is there. But management also has to give a paragraph in the financial statement, in the audit, in the notes on accounts.
Notes.
And on the management will give a paragraph in notes on accounts. And as an auditor, you will check that notes, that whatever management is saying over there, whether it's correct or not. If you are satisfied, then you will give a clean report saying the paragraph just now I showed that during COVID-19, there is an impact on the company, but company is still ascertaining the impact because till now the COVID-19 is not over. We are still in the middle of this COVID-19. So as of today, I cannot say that company will be able to run. Like in my client, they are in the trading of the steel business in Bombay, and the manager says that my house is 80 kilometers away. I am not able to come and open my store. So actually for last 5 months, there is no sale. So just by not having a sale, whether there is a going concern issue.
Certainly.
So we have to
actually I have to go through their notes, and on the basis of the notes, I have to take the financial statement. If we accept that, otherwise I have to report against that.
Yes, sir.
Is it
it
can be the qualified also.
Yes,
our opinion may be adverse.
If you are not satisfied and if management is not giving proper note, then we can give an adverse report or qualified report also.
By referring this note, actually.
Yes, if suppose
by referring this note. Otherwise, we can take the management representation.
By referring this note,
hello?
Whether he gives the, I am audible?
Yeah.
By referring this note, and along with this note, I have to take a MR. Management representation has to be taken in all circumstances. And whatever note they are giving, you have to make some document also that what note they are giving or what words they are writing, whether that's actual or not, whether that's true or not. Just by taking MR or by following the notes on accounts, we cannot give audit report. We have to have a documentation.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Nimalda. Yes, Nimalda.
I am not audible for the last sentence.
I was saying, you have to take the management representation also. The management has to write in the notes of accounts also. And if everything is in line, then I will give a clean report.
Another thing is, Vivek, how we report if we take the remote audit. At present scenario, the COVID-19, most of the clients are, it is not possible to travel from the one district to another district itself. But how I take that in my report,
Nirmal da,
so that
Nirmal da,
our responsibility or yeah. Hello.
Nirmal da, in this
Hello.
remote audit also,
Yeah.
in this remote audit also, we cannot give that this is a limitation to my audit. If it is a limitation to your audit, you should not do the audit. But when we are doing a remote audit, in
Okay.
most of the clients, we are taking all the informations, all the details, and whichever bills which we see is material or which are the big bills, we ask the client to send a scanned copy of same. Just because many people were saying that whether I have to give any note or any reference that I have done the audit remotely, because you have done an audit remotely, it will not do
Our
with your
responsibility
duties.
is
It
not
will
over.
not over, correct. So you have to get yourself satisfied, then only sign the audit report, or else don't sign the audit report. Tell the management I want everything in scan copy. You cannot
Okay.
give a disclosure that I have done audit remotely and safeguard yourself.
I think
Okay. Thank you.
Deepak has some question. Deepak, are you audible?
Yes. Hello. My
Continue,
question
sir.
to Vivek.
Yes,
My
sir.
question to Vivek. Actually, what happened if an auditor of a closely held company, if the auditor cannot appreciate or understand or becomes confused about the present scenario, how the sales and cash flows will take shape in future, then if the auditor decides to skip by saying unable to comment on this, what will be harm? I am asking you the question.
There's no harm. I am not able to make an opinion. I am not able to give the opinion. The harm is only to the company, that if a company has a bank finance or if a company has any major stake outside, or if it's a listed company, then there will be a big harm that the company will not get the loan. The interest rate will go up. But if it's a private company and actually the company is not able to provide me a detail, so I will not be able to give an opinion. So I can give that I'm not able to make an opinion of this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Samalda, I think you have some question. Samalda, can you hear me?
Okay, before taking next round of question, till the people get ready with the question, I'll try to show you some reports. This is auditor report on financial statement of company prepared in accordance with fair presentation framework where CFS is not applicable. CFS means consolidated financial statement. Please see. This is called independent auditor report to whom you are addressing to the members of XYZ Limited. This is title, this is reference. Then comes the opinion paragraph. I am giving an opinion that we have audited the accompanying financial statement. On the top, I had written that CFS is not applicable. Had there been CFS been applicable to this company, I would write over there standalone financial statement over here. Instead of financial statement, I will add one word. I'll add one word over here and it would be standalone financial statement. People make this mistake that standalone word will come over here. Vivek, this is not important for small company which most of our client has. No, sir, it is important. Why, Vivek? Why this is important? This is important, sir, because in the small company also, if you have an associate, then also CFS is made. Although the impact is negligible, then also we have to write over here standalone financial statement. Standalone financial statement. So we will give standalone financial statement only in the case of when there is CFS. Mind you, there is a mistake in the illustration given by ICAI in SS 700. ICAI SS 700 says that you have to give standalone financial statement in all the statements. But no, they have to only give when you have a CFS. Vivek, can I change the report which has been given by ICAI? Yes, those are illustrations. Those are examples. You can modify the report as per the proper reporting requirement. I will show you in some more places where I have modified the report. So this is again, this paragraph is about my opinion. In this opinion paragraph, I write over there, in our opinion and to the best of our information and according to the explanation given to us, the aforesaid financial statement give the information required by the Act in the manner so required and give a true and fair view in conformity with the accounting principles generally accepted in India. So this is the opinion paragraph. So Vivek, this is opinion paragraph. And how we have given this opinion? What is the basis of this opinion? This is the basis of this opinion. 1 second. This is the basis of the opinion. We conducted our audit in accordance with standards of audit. Now, my friends, as I started this deliberation, I said that when we say we conducted our audit as per standards of audit and we don't have any document to prove it, will it not be a problem? Kya problem nahi hoga? Will it not be a problem? When we say that we conducted our audit in accordance with standards of audit and there is no document, so is this not a willful default? I am saying something, but I am not following it. Specified under section 143(10) of the Companies Act. It says our responsibility under those standards are further described in auditor responsibility. We have given in detail in auditor responsibility what are the responsibility of the auditors. After that, the CAM paragraph comes, key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that in our professional judgment were of most significant in our audit of the financial statement of the current period. These matters were addressed in the context of our audit of the financial statement as a whole. Mind you, this will only come in the case of listed companies or in the big companies where we want to give a CAM. A senior professional colleague had asked about the other financial paragraph. Kindly read this. The company's board of directors is responsible for other information, no doubt. The other information comprises the information included in management discussion and analysis, board report including annexure to board report, business responsibility report, corporate governance and shareholder information. All these reports are given in the annual report of a listed company. In unlisted company, we will only say board report. Over here, we have to define what are the other information, but does not include, mind you, this other information does not include my financial statement. Why? Because on this financial statement, I am already giving an opinion on the above. In my first paragraph on this financial statement, I have given an opinion. So excluding the financial information, financial statement, all other information are called other financial statements, other than financial statement. Information other than financial statement. What I have to report over here, I would say, in connection with our audit of the financial statement, our responsibility is to read the other information, and in doing so, my responsibility is not to give an opinion. My responsibility is to read it. In doing so, consider whether the other information is materially inconsistent with the financial statement. In reading the other information, I have to see whether it is materially inconsistent with the financial statement or our knowledge obtained in the audit, or otherwise appears to be materially misstated. Maybe while reading this other information, I get to know more about the company. So anything was there reported which is incorrect. Any material misstatement is there in the other information. If based on the work we have performed, we conclude, if on going through this other information, we conclude that there is a material misstatement of this information, other information, we are required to report the fact. We have nothing to report in this regard. मतलब सब कुछ ठीक था. Everything is perfect. Means if there is any material misstatement, I am required to report that fact. But over here, we have nothing to report in this regard. So this was the other information paragraph. Responsibility of the management and those charged with governance. No issue. Everything is copy paste with the old report. But this is the issue. Auditor responsibility. I have given this auditor responsibility in the annexure A. I'll go there and I will discuss in detail annexure A. Then other matter paragraph. When is this other matter paragraph required? This other matter paragraph is required when I'm informing something which is not there in the audit report, in the financial statement. Vivek, you're reporting something which is not there in financial statement? Yes. Like branch audit has been done by someone else. Like in my consolidated financial statement, some of the subsidiaries has been audited by someone else. So we did not audit the financial statement information of so many branches included in the financial statement of the company, whose financial statement, financial information reflect total asset of rupees so much, as on so much, and total revenue. This is the other matter paragraph. Other matter paragraph and emphasis of matter paragraph has one difference. Emphasis of matter paragraph is you are giving emphasis of something. You are giving emphasis on something which has been reported in financial statement. Another matter paragraph, you are informing something which is not there in any part of the financial statement, which I want to give for better understanding of the report. Thereafter, report on other legal and regulatory requirements. CARO, we have discussed that we'll give a CARO paragraph over here. Other regulatory requirements, section 143(3), that we say that all the information explanation has been given to us. In our opinion, proper books of accounts has been kept by as required by law. The balance sheet, the statement of PL cash flow dealt with in this report are in agreement with books. These are all the requirements of section 143. With respect to IFC, with reference to financial statement of the company and other operating effectiveness of such control, refer to our separate report. This is given where there is IFC is required. I talked about the annexure A, responsibility of the auditor. As part of an audit in accordance with standards in audit, we exercise professional judgment. Now, over here, my friends, this is a new paragraph which had come for the audit of financial statements for financial year 2018-19. Over here, it is nothing, but it is talking in detail my responsibility as an auditor as required in standards in audit. I will ask you to read this paragraph 1 and 2. Then I will say something about paragraph 2. Paragraph 1 reads, identify and assess the risk of material misstatements of the financial statements, whether due to fraud or error. Design and perform audit procedures responsive to those risks, and obtain audit evidence that is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for opinion. The risk of not detecting a material misstatement resulting from fraud is higher than one resulting from error, as fraud may involve collusion, forgery, intentional omission, misrepresentation, or the override of internal control. Nothing but a gyan. Next paragraph. The one which I have highlighted is not to be given. I repeat, it is not required to be given in a private company where IFC is not applicable. Please read this. Many of us had made this mistake where IFC was not applicable. We had not changed the auditor responsibility paragraph. In the auditor responsibility paragraph, this line which has been highlighted is not required to be given, because it says under section 143(3)(1) of the Companies Act, we are also responsible for expressing our opinion on whether the company has internal financial control with reference to financial statement in place and operating effectiveness of such control. This paragraph I will only give when IFC is applicable. This paragraph I will not give where IFC is not applicable. But still in many companies where IFC was not applicable, many people have given this paragraph. That's why I say this audit report is my finished goods of whatever audit I have done, whatever saving I have done to the management, whatever reporting I have done to the management. It makes no importance, but this financial audit report is important because it goes to MCA, it goes to shareholder, it goes to bank. Anyone can come against me. And now, my friends, there's something called a class action suit also for big companies. So we have to take out some time, read each and every paragraph and know the importance of the paragraph. Please take a note, paragraph 2, second sentence is not required in the audit report where IFC is not applicable. Please take a note that this paragraph is not required where IFC is not applicable. Any question on this paragraph? Anyone having any question, please you can write on chat box. Yes, where IFC is not applicable, separate report for IFC is not required to be signed. But when IFC is applicable, then we refer to this paragraph and IFC report has to be given in that. Conclude on appropriateness of management use of going concern of the accounting and based on the audit evidence obtained. This all are again Gyan. Materiality is the magnitude of misstatements. Voluntary applicability of IFC is not there, but if someone wants to give a voluntary report, they can give. But I have not seen anyone giving a voluntary report. They can do a IFC implementation and take a consultancy assignment, but assurance assignment is not required. We communicate over here, my friend, please note, as per the requirement of the standard, we are saying that we communicate with those charged with governance regarding, among other matters, the planned scope, timing of the audit, and significant audit finding. But actually, if I go to many of the office and ask for this document, when I say that I communicated with those charged with governance or I communicated with the management, and I don't have any paper to prove it. So this is again the willful misstatement. I am doing something which actually I am saying something which I actually have not done. So that was all from my side in regard to this audit report format. I will share this file also with everyone in the chat box. Yes, I hope I was able to clarify about the questions which were asked in regard to the audit report prior to this. I have shared the file just now as shown in the chat box. You can download it. Any other questions? Anyone having any question, I am open to all. Samanda?
Yeah, one thing is that regarding the presentation of the balance sheet by a listed company and not by other companies. As for the other companies, the presentation is as per the liquidity consequences starting with the...
No. For other company, liquidity is only for NBFC.
All right.
Liquidity approach is to be followed for NBFC because there is Schedule 3, Division 3, which has been given for NBFC. For all the companies, Schedule 3 has to be followed. There is Schedule 3, Division 1 for non-Ind AS. Schedule 3, Division 2 for Ind AS. Schedule 3, Division 3 for NBFC. Apart from company, For LLP, partnership firm, sole proprietorship, there is no format which has been prescribed. You can follow whatever format you want. Like in most of the proprietorship or partnership, still they follow the T format.
Yes.
Once upon a time.
My question was that for the listed companies, it has been seen that for the normal form we follow for the company, other companies, their format is a little bit different from the format we are following for the listed companies.
So for listed company, because they have Ind AS, all the listed company has to follow Ind AS. So they have the division, schedule 3, division 2.
Division 2.
For companies which are not following Ind AS, schedule 3, division 1. Schedule 3, division 1 is nothing, but it is the same old schedule 6.
All right.
But my friends, when Sumunda has asked me this question, I would like to add one thing. Whenever we are making or drafting the balance sheet, or my client is drafting the balance sheet, we have to make sure for some of the common errors which are there. Like still in most of the balance sheet, I find that people are reporting depreciation is provided as per AS6, but there is no AS6. AS6 has merged with AS10, property, plant and equipment. People are saying that fixed assets are valued as per AS10 fixed asset, but there is no AS10 fixed asset. There is AS10 property, plant and equipment. So these are the small things where people are going wrong. We have to rectify that. We have to make sure that the small errors we don't make.
Vivek, is there any news of extension? I think Devan, the RCM is also here. He can also add regarding the extension of this.
My friends, extension, there has been indirect news of extension yesterday, where in the Companies Act, there is a scope that when the balance sheet AGM we are not able to hold within 6 months from the date of balance sheet, you can take an extension of 3 months. And the Companies Act, they have said that whoever applies for 3-month extension, please give them extension, don't ask any question. That was a notification which had come 2 days back. And friends, my only humble request is, if possible, complete the audit, because if we don't complete the audit, as it is, this lockdown and strike or whatever you can call it, work from home exercise, have ruined our family life. It has ruined our family life, and with this extension, our Diwali, Durga Puja, everything will be ruined. As it is 2020, only 4 months are left. People are having the countdown of ending of 2020, because it has been one of the worst year for most of the people from this COVID to Amphan.
Compulsory. Is it compulsory to submit GLN for extension of AGM?
Yes, sir.
It is must.
Yes, sir.
If there is no information about the extension of the due date of AGM, then it is must that we should submit GNL1.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Okay.
Ashok sir, what has happened?
Yeah.
Basically, they have clarified that for extension, you file the GNL1 and you ask for the extension as per the law. We will give you the extension, but we will not give a blanket extension that for this year 30th September, in place of 30th September, you can hold the AGM till 31st December. This blanket extension is not being given. You apply,
but
wherever
it is also not possible to complete the audit in this scenario, no?
No. So that is why they have kept that option open. For that reason, they have kept that option open that you apply, because I think they also do not want to give a blanket extension. They also want to see that
there should be some reasons, no? Why should we ask for extension?
We are asking for extension. We are asking for extension because the accounts has not been made, or we were not able to complete the accounts due to COVID-19.
So all companies will give the same reason.
Yes. Yes.
If I have 20 company in my hand, then I have to file the same reasons for 20 company.
Sir, actually, you are not filing.
On
practically you will be filing, but yes,
on behalf of the client, we are filing. That is the point.
Company has to file.
Taka pabo to.
Taka is not the factor. Factor is the other thing. If you would not receive the actual extension date, then
Sir,
what
in
should
fact,
happen?
I feel if they go for a blanket extension now, the next thing would be that the income tax date that we have selected to be 30th November, we will start asking for the extension right away now.
Yeah, it is
Because-
also the same
Because
thing.
this extension, blanket extension, I feel will come, but at the end of September.
Yes, when they will see everyone is applying, almost everyone is applying, only then they will go for
And your
that.
tax audit is at October and return is November.
But
I
Ashokda,
think
Ashokda,
it's
one more thing. We are in Calcutta. In Calcutta, at least we are able to see the accounts and make the accounts and prepare the accounts. But people living in Bombay, in many places where lockdown is still continuing for last 5 months, it is
Yeah.
practically not possible for them to do accounts.
yeah, right there. Most of the farmers also yet not even open till now.
Yes.
Mainly the IT sector, they have not yet opened their office to do the accounting job. What should be done?
In the
Any other
meantime,
question?
we have received one question.
Yeah.
As financial statements have been given to auditor to audit after it has been passed by the audit committee, so is it possible for date of accounts and auditor's report be different? So basically, the two dates.
No, the financial statements are given by audit committee, but the auditor's report is given thereafter. The directors or the directors approve the account and then again give to auditor to sign. And on the same day, after earlier it used to happen after a break of 15 minutes or 20 minutes, the auditor used to sign the audit report. So technically, I feel the director's report and audit report has to have the same day. But there are another school of thought. They say that it can be different. But I have never seen in any listed company, for that matter, that auditors report date and the balance sheet date is different. Moreover, it can be that the place of audit is different. Like in the balance sheet of ITC, you will find that the audit accounts is approved in Kolkata and auditor report is in Bombay. So the place can be different, but I have my reservation of the date being different. It has to be same date. Because the director has to comment about the auditor report also in the director's report.
So is there any other question?
Yes, someone has asked about the audit report format for propriety and partnership concern. There is no laid down format. Why we are doing the audit of propriety or partnership concern? We are doing as per income tax purpose. So the form 3CA, which we file along with 3CD, that is the format for the audit report. There is no separate audit report format. But still, if the company wants a separate audit report format, we will give the audit report format of SA 700, which is the requirement of SA 800. SA 800 says that whenever we are doing any other audit report for any other act or which is not a general purpose audit report, then we have to give audit report as per SA 800, but the format is again derived from SA 700.
So,
but for the proprietorship or partnership concern, there is no requirement of audit report because it is done. We say audit report, but it is nothing but we do only tax audit. Yes, Devan.
So basically, if that client falls under tax audit, then you will surely give the tax audit report. But I think this question comes in the mind only when there is no tax audit, and then also you need to sign a report, sign audit of financial statements because the client requires it. So I think SF 700, the
800.
fifth illustration.
800. Fifth illustration, which is the requirement of SA 800.
Right. So that illustration is along with SA 700. So for a general purpose audit, you can take the format from illustration 5 that is given with SA 700 revised.
Correct.
I think some more questions. Yes, sometimes banks want, right? Absolutely correct. Is there any change in audit report for audit assigned by CAG? This question is from Nirmal Da.
audit assigned by CAG has the same format which is given in the auditor report. In CAG may ask for a special comments on anything which has to give it an additional requirement of CAG. But the format is same as the audit report assigned by the institute, that is SS 700. Because those companies which are doing a CAG audit, if it's a company, then you have to follow the essay report. If it's not a company, there is any specified format of CAG that has to be followed. COVID-19 paragraph in tax audit report. Yeah, in our observation we can write if we want, but there is no requirement. Any other question?
Now, is it compulsory to report on COVID-19?
No, it is not compulsory to report about COVID-19 in your tax audit report.
No. In audit report, company audit report.
In company audit report, it is not compulsory, but it is advisable. But in the listed company, it is compulsory.
At least at the note below.
Yes.
Yeah, acha. It is same thing. It is also compulsory for director report also.
Yes, if you are giving in audit accounts, in the notes of accounts, then obviously it has to be given in the director report also, no?
That also, yes, right. That is the point. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok.
Okay. Thank you.
Sumanda?
Nothing on my side. I think no other questions. I'll ask Divine to elaborate something coming up from the institute side, from his side, some addition to be made to the members, some address to be made to the members in general.
No, there is nothing as such from the institute side, and whatever is there from the institute side, at least relating to the auditing standards, that has been spoken in detail.
Just from institute side, I would like to inform everyone that next 3 years down the line, all the audit standards which are there, it will be changed into IFI standards. And these audit standards which are there, they are being redrafted in line with IFRS standards, and next 3 or 4 years, all the company will be following IFRS. And there's a third set of accounting standards which is also coming for companies, for the entities which are not companies, like for partnership firm, individual, and AOP association. They have to follow the third standards on accounting, which is in pipeline, and we are drafting in accounting standard board. Today, before this meeting, I had this accounting standard board meeting also, and it has been discussed over there and approved by the council in the council meeting.
So how many standard, Vivek? For the income tax, 1 standard; for the companies other than companies, 1 standard; for the company, 1 standard.
Sumanda, কাজ বাড়ছে তো ভালো তো।
পেমেন্টটা তো একই জায়গাতে আছে, কাজটা বাড়ছে, পেমেন্টটা একই জায়গায়।
পেমেন্টটা আমরা নিতে জানি না, আমাদের প্রবলেম।
Thank you.
So in fact, coming to the current context, Vivek Bhaiya has elaborately spoken about whatever has been said by the institute, especially during this COVID period, and we have already shared all those links here. I have also shared in the WhatsApp group, so I think you all will go through them. In this seminar, in fact, I must mention that Vivek Bhaiya started in a subjective manner, speaking about whatever is going on all around, where are the mistakes that the big audit firms are making, why documentation is so important. So whatever we are doing has to be documented. That is very important, and even that has a standard. So even that standard has to be followed accordingly. Then slowly he spoke about the standards. He spoke about the importance of the key audit matters for listed companies. He spoke about the how to frame the opinion. So whether what to do if it's a qualified opinion, what to do if it's an adverse opinion, emphasis of matter. Then he also took us through the reports, and in the report he explained many a times it might so happen that we are giving a report, but we do not go through the lines what are there in the report. And when Vivek Bhaiya was taking us through the lines, in fact, it is realized that before signing the audit report, at least we must go through those 3 pages once. Whatever is written in the audit report, let me just read it out once for myself. to be confident about, to be sure about if I am I have completed my audit, or maybe we should take this audit report in the beginning of the audit itself. So these are the things that I am going to report. So okay, fine, let me plan my audit in this manner, because see, most of us in the small firms, we have very small audits. So in fact, we complete the audits in a very simple manner. We know these are the bank transactions, these are the cash transactions, these transactions are allowed, these are not allowed, TDS has been deducted, here GST has been correctly paid, and all these legal compliances are seen, and the financial statements are finalized. Mostly we have to only finalize the financial statements, although the company should present it to us. But ultimately, when I am giving the audit report, probably the financial statements are correct, but whatever I am vouching for in the audit report may not be correct. So if I take the format, because the format ultimately at the end of the day is same, only a few lines have to be edited or added wherever. If I go through the report, I think we can devise our audit plan in a better manner, so that at the end of the assignment there is nothing that we miss out, and we do the documentation properly. And this has been emphasized very much and again by the speaker during his deliberation. Friends, we have some time. Probably many of you have been attending programs over the last 1 month where I have been addressing you. So, but although there could be a repetition, but for those who have not attended such programs, I would once again mention a few lines. Before that, I think another question has come. Will this long audit report serve any purpose? This has been haunting me since the days of my article sheet.
In this, I would like to say one thing. Whether the audit report is long or short, the statute has given me permission to sign this audit report. And if things don't go properly, the days are numbered when all the company secretary and cost accountant may also get the opportunity to sign audit report. And maybe days will be more numbered, where the audit reports will only be required for listed company or big companies, and for the small company, there will be exemption from audit report. So till that time, we get hunted and we do these audits.
Can I put a question, Joanne?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, please.
In a tax audit report of an
Yes.
insurance company, we actually audited a division. Now, whatever the tax TDS is deducted, and these are all paid by their head office.
The
So,
same happens in bank branch audit also.
yes. So, is it possible that we just say that it is handled by head office?
Yeah, we'll give observation. We'll give that disclosure. Many people don't give that disclosure also, that we have been informed that this is handled by the head office, and we'll take a management representation from the concerned person that this is handled by the head office. And if possible, we'll give a mail to the head office auditor and inform him or her, because he or she is a colleague only or from CF fraternity, that it has been informed to us. Kindly check this in your head office. So
Okay.
if we do these three things, our responsibility is over.
Right.
And if I am not wrong, Vivek bhai, I think that other matters paragraph will also become.
Yes, that I have already informed in the audit report discussion.
Yes. Right.
Vivek or Devan, can you provide a format for doing the small company audits, including a audit reports and a structure format?
Sumanda, go to the Accounting Standard Board website. 3 months back, Devan had shared a file,
Yeah.
audit checklist for tiny audits.
Yes. Now, some of the members have requested to put this question to you, whether a total set of formats, including a report, is available.
A format is there given by ICI. I'll share with the link with Devan, and he can share in your WhatsApp groups.
Yeah. Some of the participants have personally phoned me and to ask this question. So
Essay revise 700. Yes.
I think
Yes.
Samalda,
সুমনদা কিছু বলছো?
Samalda will say, I think Samalda wants to say something. Samal Gandhi Paul.
Okay, okay.
Samalda, bolte paren.
You have to unmute yourself, sir.
I think he's not audible.
Friends, I would like to give one disclosure, because being auditor, we keep on giving disclosure that standards in audit or audit report, many people feel to be a very boring deliberation. So I tried my best to make it interesting and look interesting, because you know, having the dal bhat every day in this lockdown and then trying to make the dal bhat interesting is difficult a job. Sumanda is laughing, but it's a fact of this lockdown.
Yes, yes, I really appreciate the way you have deliberated your deliberation, and the way you have made the people involved in by chat box is a good idea, and people are finding out how they can do chat boxes. And now the question is coming to me: how can we now do the chat box of? So it's a very good presentation. Devayan, are you there?
Yes, yes, I am here.
Yeah,
I
he's
am
there.
here.
So you can.
So I think we have come almost towards the end of the program. So the points that I was thinking I would share with you. In fact, there have been so many changes for the last 5-6 years, very fast changes in various legal requirements. And during this period, since we are busy with so many small and tiny works in our profession, we could not upgrade ourselves in all the aspects. This COVID situation has offered us with an opportunity to upgrade ourselves and upskill ourselves. In fact, the speaker who is so busy was also inquiring on Facebook. So which programming language he should learn now so as to cope up with the artificial intelligence requirements which are coming in. So that shows that, in fact, we have to prepare ourselves for future.
And just to add on, we have with us Ms. Piali Basu, and she
Yes.
knows how to use command and do a data analysis via command, which we do in Excel. She does in command, and she was my faculty for DISA course also, and she has been working with various clients on command and doing data analytics for them. So live age has no bar.
Right, right. In fact, there are senior professionals in our fraternity who are very sound with information systems, and Piali madam is one of them. And in fact, with the point of COVID, while speaking of upgrading and upskilling ourselves, the next point was impact of technology, where I think we speak of ABCD. I would speak of ABCDEF. So artificial intelligence, blockchain, cyber security, data analytics. These are very important because they are the tools which will encompass a major portion of our profession in the future. With this, F, forensic audit. So since we are audit professionals, the new audit would be forensic audits. And E, for everything, we have to follow the code of ethics. So ethics would again be important. And in fact, let me tell you that the code of ethics have been revised as per the requirement of the International Ethical Standards Board. And from 1st July 2020, the new code of ethics is applicable. So in fact, we have to follow that also. Another point I would urge upon you would be of specialization. It is true that we have to do all the works, but with that we have to have an area of passion for ourselves. So if I like GST, or if I like auditing, or if I like something else, so I should keep developing myself in that area, so that in the long run, in the coming 5 to 10 years, we can have value added clients to whom we can add value in that area. This will again help to develop ourselves and our practice in the future. The next point would be of not remaining alone, to come up with partnerships, networkings and mergers. Because in the long run, again, just see, the technology is changing the way we do the things. And we have seen how even the telecom industry has been impacted after Jio has been in the game. Similarly, the technologies that are coming in now and the way we are preparing for the future, the big business houses are going to get bigger. and many of the small players will not be there in the future. So if we do not change ourselves, we do not prepare ourselves for the bigger companies, we will not be able to carry out our practice in the future in the way we want. So we have to go into partnerships. So when now I have spoken of specialization, it would be very easy to move into partnerships. Why? Because if I want to do income tax, I should have another one who would be like willing to do GST, another one audit, someone else from the information systems, and so on and so forth. But I think the common factor should be the information systems guy, technology guy. Another way of diversifying the firm would be to have partners spread over geographical locations. Maybe I'm doing the income tax practice here in Kolkata, but I can have another partner from Mumbai or Gujarat who would be doing practice in the area of income tax itself. Experience and youth would be another thing that I would urge upon. Friends, institute is now there for more than 71 years, and the senior profession, we have so many senior professionals in the profession who are so experienced. So their experience and the adaptability of the youth with change, the two combinations. So in every firm, a senior professional and a youth, a young chartered accountant would also be a good combination for the future. That will also help the firm to grow. So I believe you all will be trying to develop yourselves and your firms in a manner so that in the future the audit profession can be live, can be it should be in our hands, it should not go away. Or maybe in the 10 years down the line, if we are in the proprietorship format or we are only having two partners, there would be no audits in our hands, because the way the dynamics are, the economy is changing, that the institute cannot stop. Obviously there are things that for which the institute can fight, but there are other things which the institute cannot stop. The institute cannot stop the banks in adopting technology. The institute cannot stop the bigger business houses in adopting technology. So there the institute will not be able to play any role. But yes, in areas where the institute can obviously speak to the MCA, speak to the RBI, that if these things are not done in a bank. So just let me give an example. With the increase in technology, the impact of technology, we are all hearing that there is a chance of reduced statutory audits. But with that, there will be a requirement of information systems audit in the banks too. So the requirement for information systems audit, the legal audit, that will increase. So we have to change ourselves. We have to mold ourselves accordingly with time. Otherwise, whatever a chartered accountant who is passing now, whatever he is reading, the CA will be passing after 10 years, will be reading something else, completely different. So the person who is passing today, if he does not change himself, does not mold himself accordingly, then down the line 10 years, we will not be relevant for the industry. So with these words, I believe that there are no more questions, and we are almost completing 2 hours of this seminar. And I must once again thank all the participants for participating in this program and making this a grand success. In fact, when we started, we were 60, and even now we are moving, the figures are almost the same. So I'm really thankful to you all. And I must really thank Vivek Bhaiya, CA Vivek Agarwal, who has really given a wonderful deliberation, which kept us glued to his deliberation. And that is why I think this has been possible too. So I must really thank Vivek Bhaiya for accepting this assignment of deliberating today. He has a very busy schedule, let me tell you, friends. But thank you, Vivek Bhaiya, for accepting this invitation. Of success from 8x2 Chartered Accountant Study Circle. I must speak of another person, CA Shuman Chaudhuri, without whose efforts that this program would again not be possible, because he is handling the complete technology platform. He is helping you all to log into this Zoom platform. in case of any difficulties faced in registration, he's helping you with that. So he's putting in a lot of effort to coordinate all these things, and without his efforts, again, this would not have been possible. So with this, let us end this program. Do we have Abhijit sir? Abhijit Datta sir, apni achen?
He cannot hear.
He had some problem relating to audio. Anyways, thank you, friends. We will surely come up with more programs, similar programs. In fact, one of the programs would be the common errors in reporting in the financial statements and during the audit, which Vivek Bhaiya was talking about. So we will try to come up with another program on the common errors in reporting. So thank you very much. Shumandar, I think you can end the meeting, and if you have to add anything, you can surely add.
Thank you for everyone. I am just ending the meeting and stopping the recording. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.